Hello everyone, welcome to Waterdeep Resurfaced. I am your DM, a Necrocore, waiting to suck up your blood and absorb you into my weird and congealed body. Victoria, would you like to do announcements?
I'm just me. And I'm not gonna suck anybody up in there to my essences or whatever, but I am gonna tell you about our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on all their awesome products, and don't forget to use the coupon code PROBONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com and you'll get 10% off of your order. Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there, and tell them Proficiency Bonus sent you for 10% off. But also, if you're not in Evans, Georgia, just go check them out online. So thanks to both of them for sponsoring us. Also, don't forget to check out our other games. The schedule is posted below the Twitch video feed, or you can do the !schedule chat command. Basically, the point is we stream almost every day. And we have games for published 5e modules. We got homebrewed 5e games, and some of our games are in systems other than 5th edition entirely. So we probably have something up your alley, so go support the other games. Also, we are always recruiting players, GMs, and other friends for our channel. Please check out our Twitter at ProfBonus for updates on recruiting, or just join our community Discord. We welcome all experience levels from veteran gamers to total newbies. We encourage people who are Black, Indigenous, or people of color, as well as members of the LGBTQIAP2S+ community to join us as well. Everyone's welcome. Everybody eats. We don't feed you, but you get spiritual feeding from our love. Thank you to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music that we use here on Wednesdays. He's a talented composer. He's got great content usage rules. You should check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. I'm pretty sure there's no Mystic Hour.
There is not Mystic Hour, as I'm probably taking my cat to the vet tomorrow, so I will not be available to run anything tomorrow.
Yeah. Any other announcements?
You're all beautiful.
Our shorter runtime today.
Oh, yeah. We will only be playing for about an hour and a half, because we do have a cutoff time at 11 o'clock Eastern, but we love you and we're here. And so this one will just be more snackable.
And we are likely, over the next few weeks, going to be having shorter sessions, not this short, but shorter sessions with some life stuff, schedule changes that have happened. But it should only be for the next 4 to 5 weeks or so, and then we will be back to our normal 4-hour sessions.
Yeah. So deal with it respectfully. That's all from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to do a recap?
Well, you see, Chel, since I was absorbed by you, and so technically I'm just you, you're doing recap today.
No, but that means that Chel gets the inspiration for the recap. No. What have you done?
You said it, not me.
I don't know why you said that.
Chel.
So, last time, the party made sort of the final plans for hopefully their last heist, which isn't the dragon heist, it's the Save Children heist. Infiltrating the early birthday party of the Castellanter children to stop a bunch of people from being sacrificed. Our disguises have been figured out. Frey is hiding in a hole. We are going to identify, hopefully, a bunch of poison, eliminate it, and we're going to get those kids out of there, and nothing is going to go wrong. At all. Speaking of nothing going wrong at all, we also had a wonderful little narrative cutscene given by our wonderful DM, where we got to listen in excruciating detail as our ally Liara got to just super hella assassinate a character that's been a little bit of a thorn in our side for a bit, Miss Sephia, and has now assumed Sephia's role and was able to help us infiltrate into the party. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and also Moongi's our getaway carriage driver. Which I hope he gets to have a carriage chase. I feel like he needs that in his life. But we're definitely not going to do that because nothing bad is going to happen. Nothing's going to go wrong. We're here at the party. There's going to be a big champagne toast. That's it. We have 90 minutes.
Okay. Remind me, because I believe that Nova cast Detect Magic before going into the party. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. So I will say, to start us off, so you guys have entered this party. You are kind of just in the doorway. Sephia / Liara came up and was handling an issue that had arisen with you guys as you were at the door because there was a problem with your ticket. And so Sephia came to confirm to the guard at the door that you were indeed allowed to come into the party. At that time, she informed you that there was going to be a much larger toast during dinner that you should be prepared for. Upon entering the home, the villa that you are going, bless you,
Thank you.
that you are going to be, that you have infiltrated in order to have this party. Forgive me for just a second. I'm pulling up my notes here on everything. Good, okay. You have entered into a foyer, essentially, like a giant entrance hall. It is kind of almost like a C-shaped room. It's not completely round. It has harsh corners, but it kind of comes in and curves up a bit as you come in. And in the back right-hand corner of this room, there is a woman sitting in front of a magnificent harpsichord that is playing this beautiful music that is sort of echoing throughout the hall. There is a crimson carpet that runs down the hall to an open door at the very end of it. So you guys kind of came in at the, let me get my directions right, the northeast, because that's kind of how the room curves. So the wall is like at the northeast side of the house, and then at the very northern part of this room there is another door that's open currently that opens out into a foyer where there is a grand staircase. There are a lot of people giving greetings here. They are speaking amongst themselves, walking around with champagne flutes, all of whom seem to be okay drinking those champagne flutes. At least so far. Nova, when you enter into this entrance hall, the floor is giving off abjuration magic and divination magic.
Okay. Remind me who has the earrings again?
I think
Tallice and the.
I gave mine up, so
yeah,
it should be you.
it's back to the original 3.
Yep.
Is it back to the original?
I think Mico still has
Or
hers.
does Mico
don't
still?
she?
Yeah, I saw one.
Okay.
Never mind.
I
don't
gave
get
mine
that.
up to somebody. I forget who I gave. I think I gave it back to Sarah.
Yep.
Okay. I will then let Tallice know, because I'm not sure who has them all, so she can
is it-
tell.
Is it that Nova gave up her earring because you can just
Yeah, because
mentally message people anyway?
I can just mentally message people, so I let somebody else have it for now until we get a new one. Till we get like a full
Mico
set.
or Tallice.
Okay.
Have earrings.
Okay, then I'll actually tell Mico, because divination, he might be more familiar with it, that the floor is giving off abjuration and divination. Already? And I haven't even gotten that far into this house.
Meow.
I'm not telling you guys what it is, but I'm telling you this piece of information at the very least to add some urgency to the matter. You have triggered an event that gives a timer of 30 minutes, and it starts now.
All right.
Wow.
Oh no, they're gonna. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, listen. We know what our plan is.
Okay.
Stick to the plan. It's a heist.
Yeah.
Poison teams.
Uh-huh.
Find the poison
Uh-huh.
and eliminate it. Tallice, we're gonna try and find out where the kids are.
Well, I thought it was Francine LaCroix, aka Tallice, was going to look for the kids, and then Sir was gonna have the hole with Frey and was looking for like danger, and then Nova and Cat Mico were going to look for the poison.
That's like 80% of what I said, minus me getting myself wrong. But yes, you go find the kids, they find the poison. I'm gonna deploy Frey somewhere. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Cat Mico.
Yeah, let's
go. Yeah, Cat Mico's gonna jump out of, I believe, he was in Nova's hands.
Yes.
Curled up right. Man, I wish I was in Nova's arms. Anyway, gonna jump out, and he's going to just start wandering. He pretty much knows where the kitchen is, because we've already been here. But as we're going there...
You have not been here.
Different house.
Different house! Right!
Different house.
So just wandering. I need to find the kitchen. I'm going to use context clues, because I've lived in a house. I know where houses are kitchens are
I'm
generally.
gonna use context clues. I'm also gonna use context clues and look for like waiters going in and out of places.
I've been in a building before. I've got this.
I'm looking for waiters. Servers.
There's a kitchen in the Three of Cups. I know where odd kitchens are.
Yeah, can I make like a perception check or something to see if I can gauge the situation here?
Well, there are a lot of servers. There are a lot of caterers and servers that work with whatever catering company that they've gone with besides you guys, who are walking around with champagne flutes and the like. You don't see any food immediately because you're just kind of in the entrance hall. You've literally just walked into the party.
Okay.
So are you guys, what are we doing? Are you splitting up? Or are you,
I think we're splitting up. I think we're
here?
splitting up. At least me and Mico are probably sticking closer together to try and find the kitchen where Liara said that's where stuff was being held.
Okay.
I don't know what the rest of them are doing, but I think me and Mico are like gonna go into the party and start looking for entrances and exits that could possibly lead to a kitchen.
Yeah, I believe before Mico wild shaped, he put on detect poison and disease, so he could like find it easier.
Okay.
So he's basically just going to like scan the place, maybe follow behind a waiter until he like picks up something.
Okay.
Good idea.
So I'll keep that stuff in mind. Tallice, what were you doing?
Well, I'm gonna go look for the kids, so I'm basically looking for, I guess they don't really have a lot of other friends, but I guess the best lead I can think of is to go look for where the majority of children are congregating. Like, is there
Okay.
a room with like pudding or like some cool games, like that a lot of kids are like going in and out of, or where there seem to be a collection of youths? And I'm gonna
The
start
youths. Okay. And sir, what is it that you were attempting to do? So I can narrate through these. I'm trying to be as efficient for you guys as possible with this timer.
I'm going to kind of be pushing the boundaries of like where the party ends, like what rooms you're allowed to go in. So I'm
Mhm.
sort of like I explore all the way out in one direction and then I go in another to just sort of get the breadth of how far this is spread out along the house, so that I can see if there's a room I can go into that's more private so I can deploy Frey. And if I can like go outside and things like that.
Okay.
Where I'm allowed to go.
All right. So you guys kind of move forward and like fan out. There is, in this entrance hall, there's the door to the north, and then there are 2 doors on the western wall. There does not appear to be anybody going into the top door. I'm sorry, the bottom door on the western wall. But the top door on the western wall is actually open. And if you would like to walk by, take a peek, it appears to be a very large sort of library that ordinarily is it's normally probably set up like a library with study tables and things of that nature. And all of the furniture, if there was any that had been in that room, is kind of cleared out and the whole space is open so that it is like extra mingling space for partygoers. Within that library, to the west of that room, there is like a little reading nook that actually is closed off entirely. So the reading nook itself, partygoers are not being allowed into, but the library, they are. If you go into the northern door, into that larger foyer, there is a door to the entrance hall that you guys just came through. Directly ahead of you, so on the northern wall of this room, there is a door that is an open arch that leads into a very spacious dining room. During this party, that dining table actually has been converted into a card table, and there are roughly 10 people who are playing a very high stakes game of 3-Dragon Ante here at this table. Within this room, there is actually, so the dining room, there is a door to the western wall that is closed. However, you can hear, I'm not even going to make you roll anything, you can hear kitchen-y type noises behind there, pots and pans banging, etc. And lots of activity going in and out of people grabbing drinks to bring to, especially the people here that are directly sitting at this table playing cards, but also going out into the rest of the party. Eastern wall of this room there is a open door that leads to a smoking room. There is a guard in this room that is wearing the House Castellanter livery that's standing here, who is doing his job, but mostly kind of absent-mindedly pacing back and forth and examining the portraits that adorn the walls. Portraits of the Castellanter family. So whatever home this is very likely a second home that belongs to the Castellanters. There are 5 very fine armchairs that are arranged throughout this room, and you can smell the very strong smell of tobacco and pipeweed in this room. On top of which is kind of layered incense that seems to have been used occasionally to block the smell of that pipeweed. The portraits in the walls depict several generations of Castellanters. There are a few also on easels that appear to be more recently painted. There is a very young Victoro Castellanter, standing with a human man you would assume to probably be his father. There is a wedding portrait showing Victoro and Amalia smiling, and a portrait of a 12-year-old little boy. Doesn't look like Terenzio, so you would probably assume this to be Osvaldo, holding a ceremonial rapier. And Amalia sitting with 2 infants in her lap, while Victoro is reading them a story. Those are the portraits that are in this room. From the foyer, so going back out of that smoking room into the dining room and through that arch, there is a very grand staircase that goes up in this room. And in the foyer, there is also a door on the east wall and a door kind of on the northeast or southeast wall, both of which appear to be locked and guests are not going in or out. You are basically walking shoulder to shoulder with partygoers. So there is a lot of navigating and having to behave as if you are at a party. So I'm going to ask for deception checks from everyone, please.
I'm a cat. It's cool if I act weird. Cats are just like that.
Deception. 16 plus 2, so 18.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
30.
Holy shit!
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
Holy shit!
30. And Frey's in a hole?
Phrase
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
hole.
assuming I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13 for me.
So this is essentially the bottom floor. You do see through windows as you're going around that there are people also in the courtyard. There are candles and like lanterns that are lit in the courtyard and like a tent that's been put up. So there are also people outside in the courtyard, which you have not found a door that is access to the courtyard yet. It could have possibly been that door that you had immediately seen that you hadn't seen anybody going in and out of yet, but you're not sure. That's the only other door you hadn't checked. If you'd like to go into that door, you may, but I would need you to tell me that you're doing so.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go through that door.
Okay. It's a
The
door
kids are not
that
going to be in a smoking room.
it's a door that's immediately accessible from the entry hall that you guys had been in. Going through and into this room, it does appear to be like a mudroom. So you go into the mudroom. There is a floor that's a little dirty. There's some mud in this room. Several rows of muddy boots. There are some gardening gloves and gardening tools on a table. Coats hung up on racks. When you enter this room, sorry, I'm reading. When you enter this room, there's actually a person in this room. Kind of in the corner, trying to be as unobtrusive as possible. There is a ball gown on the ground, just like a evening gown on the ground. And she's like hunched over, bent over, and she's putting boots on, putting another boot on and tying it, pulling a cloak over her shoulders.
What does she look?
You
Do I
can't see her.
recognize
She's hunched down in the corner.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Bramble go invisible, and I'm gonna leave him in that room for a bit. Because I want to
Okay.
see what she's
Roll
doing.
me a stealth check. Because it's not a very big room. It's a room that's about maybe 15 by 15 feet.
For me or for Bramble?
For you.
Okay.
Because you opened this door, so.
That's a 12.
Okay, so she's hunched over. She appears to be getting dressed, basically. She's hunched over and she stands up straight. She doesn't turn from the corner. And she's got her hair pulled back kind of in a ponytail, and it's very long, wavy brunette hair. But she doesn't turn, and she says, "Who's there?"
Wait, what was my name?
12.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta
Oh,
look
your
at my
name.
name. Francine LaCroix.
I'm going to ignore the fact that that is a very fake name. Francine, do you mind shutting the door, please? With you on the other side of it.
Sure, so sorry about that. I thought this was going to lead me to somewhere else. And
She does not move from facing the corner.
I put Bramble in there, and he's invisible, and I just exit.
So Bramble now sees her put on a mask and pull it over her head.
Wait, what does it look like?
She has not turned around from the corner yet. And she turns, and it is basically in the shape of honestly, like a plague doctor's mask. It's kind of like a crow beak. And she slips out the opposite door. So there's a door you came in, and there's a door on the other side of the wall. And she slips out that door,
I want him to
which does appear to be a door into the courtyard.
Okay.
She's just a children's entertainer. It's fine.
I want him to follow the crap out of her, and then I'm immediately going back into the thing once she's out of there.
Okay, so you're going back out to go outside?
Yeah, like basically going back into the mudroom, and I'm gonna...
There's an evening gown on the ground.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it's like blue, like a royal blue sort of color, really like flowy, almost like jersey-like material with sparkles.
Does it?
And high heels also on the ground.
Do ball gowns keep like an insignia? Like, you know how sometimes people will have like their family crest, like a thing?
No.
Does it have any kind of Okay, figured I would ask.
No, her name is stitched on it though.
Yeah, I look into him.
Lady Asmodeus.
So Bramble follows her. She does not go out into the courtyard to the actual party. She skirts the side of the house and is like hiding in the underbrush and bushes and shrubbery and plants. She actually kind of crouches down and she's like 90 or parallel to the ground, like moving really quickly. Finds a footing on the building and begins to climb it.
She's a cat burglar! Oh, that's so cool! Okay, oh my god. Hold on a second. This changes everything. Okay, so was there anyone out in the courtyard?
Yeah, there's a ton of people out in the courtyard in the party. There's food, there's people drinking, there's like a tent, there's kids playing, but she's stuck close to the house so that nobody saw her.
What the fuck? Okay.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
She's reminding me of like Cyber 6, like just infiltration at
Are
its
there
max.
kids out? Are there any children?
There
out
are children playing in the courtyard.
Cyber 6.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting on my earring and I'm gonna say, hey, so sir, there's a cat burglar that's scaling the walls here, and right now she's climbing up it would be the southern wall, right?
It would be the western wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's climbing up the western wall right now. If you go upstairs, you might see her, and yeah, I don't know. I'm in the courtyard. Bye.
That makes things a little bit more interesting. I mean, that makes things a little bit more interesting. I'm a lady right now. I forgot. But I'm thinking in my mind.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm going to keep describing the house. We've kind of found a kitchen area. We found some children outside. I'm going to keep describing the houses as Sir moves through the home to try to find somewhere where he can deploy Frey. That was the extent of the downstairs. You had upstairs. There are people that are congregating upstairs as well. That does appear to be a place that people are allowed to go.
All right. Okay.
Do you want to head upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so you head up that grand staircase that comes up into an area that it's a very, very large ballroom. The most of almost half of the second floor is taken up by this ballroom, and there is another set of stairs that you can go up to a third floor. And then so you came up a set of stairs, and then there's like an opening that goes into a different room back towards the north of the house, and then another set of stairs. So the stairs are like broken up by this hallway that moves into another room. There is the big ballroom. And on the northern wall of the ballroom, towards the left side, there is a door that you can go through, but you can also hear kitchen noises. So there's very likely a banquet kitchen up on this second floor. So there are two kitchens. Usually in homes like this, there are two kitchens, one with the entertaining on the top and one with for the family on the bottom. And there's usually a set of stairs or like a dumbwaiter within that kitchen so that those kitchens can communicate with each other. Correct.
Yeah. So I will pass that information along.
So Nova and Mico, you are now also aware that there is a kitchen upstairs. This ballroom that you have entered into. In the center of the ballroom, there is a human-sized wooden cloth mannequin with a painted face wearing a ball gown. So dressed like a ballroom dancer. There is a polished marble wood floor that is a very dazzling mosaic that depicts a silver chalice with the image of a golden sun on its outside. If you remember from the actual Castellanter Manor, this was the symbol of Lathander, who is the god that Victoro pretends to worship.
Right.
There are gilded mirrors and tapestries hanging on these gilded mirrors along the wall. On the west wall, so the wall to your left, there are windows with crimson drapes that are stretched from floor to ceiling. The party, there are tons of guests up here, and it is mostly adult guests. You're finding as you're going through the party, you guys had organized a party for these children that were catered to the children. This party is catered more to the adult parents of said children. So unfortunately, there is not a lot of games or anything going on for the kids. The kids are just having to kind of exist and find things to do to entertain themselves amongst the adults. That room that breaks up the stairs and goes back is a banquet hall. There is a long wooden dining table within this room, and the room is currently outfitted with two tables this time, with tons and tons of chairs. And currently there is food that is basically like a banquet table that people are allowed coming in. It's like finger foods. People can come in and grab and do as they please. And there are waiters that are coming in and out with plates from this table to bring around to the party and downstairs to gift to people and things like that. Within this room, there are roughly 24 guests that are at any time during the night that are gorging themselves on this food. And then there is the next floor up. But the next floor up does not appear to be accessible to the party. Yes.
Okay. So, second kitchen and the ballroom and a
banquet hall.
And a banquet hall, which seems probably, like you said, a lot of chairs.
Yeah. You kind of get the idea as you've been walking through that at some point there's probably going to be a flip of this upstairs. This banquet hall is able to accommodate quite a bit of people, but probably not everybody from the party. So there's probably going to be a flip at some point where staff are going to flip this ballroom to be in place for the dinner, whatever that happens.
Right, yeah, so I will let them also know that, it seems like the upstairs banquet hall is where things probably would go down if there was going to be a big toast.
Yep.
Alright, so now comes the question of where can I deploy Frey? I know there was I know there was the library. I don't remember how big of a library it is.
The library downstairs is about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 by 10, 15, 30 by 40. It's pretty big.
And I could like go, and there were like rows of
Yep.
of books like a regular
Yep,
library.
there were people that were in this room that were socializing, but if you wanted to go in here and attempt like a stealth check perhaps to try to duck into a corner to throw the thing down to grab Frey out, that's something you could do.
I think that's probably the best because a place like that is where people aren't going to be getting up and moving a lot, I
Mhm.
think.
It is a lot of people standing in place. There are, those like really tall like banquet tables that you can have at like weddings where it's like where you eat your little appetizer, things like that. There are some tables like that, the ones that are intended to be stood at. So people are kind of congregating at those tables. They're not meandering around that room. So why don't you both roll me a stealth check? Sir, for you doing the and getting him out, and Frey for you actually getting out of the hole.
12.
Okay.
20.
Okay. So you are able to kind of move into the room. You're much smaller in the disguise that you're wearing than you normally are. You're not much shorter, but you're very slight. You are a much smaller, not quite as wide-shouldered individual. So you were able to kind of move through, go into that corner, toss it down, get your hand in, help him up. Frey, when getting out, it's not as graceful as you maybe might have hoped. Your toe kind of catches on the edge of the hole as you're pulling yourself out, and you stumble. So, like holding Sir's hand as he's helping you out, you stumble out and into view from that kind of corner that Sir had tucked you guys into. And there are a couple party goers and one of the cater waiters that kind of stop and turn and give you guys kind of like a weird look.
Alright, I had a little bit too much to drink already.
The cater waiter comes over and holding a tray of champagne flutes, holds it away from you and kind of leans forward. This isn't that kind of party.
My mistake.
We don't go into corners and congregate. Please exit.
Sure.
This is a children's birthday party.
That is very true.
He knows how to behave.
I don't need to know anything. Just
Of course.
get him some water, please.
Yes.
Well,
We will go get some water.
And you
So-
can exit the corner.
the reason why I think Frey was a little that stumbled is because I am actually wearing a suit and it's not as flexible as my normal clothes.
Aw.
I'm wearing a purple suit that looks like it's has scales, like either like snake scales or dragon scales, and this is all purple suit with black inlay on the edges, and then a purple vest with also a black undershirt with a black silk tie.
Okay.
Looks really nice.
Nice, Frey. Clean up nice. Yeah, so we'll... So that we don't just get told to socialize and then immediately like, no, we're actually going to leave, I guess. I don't know. Is there anything kind of interesting being talked about there at one of those tables? Or is it just...
It is noble politics. So not like politics, but like the ins and out of the social hierarchy of the nobility within Waterdeep. So there's probably some gossiping about this person made a bad investment, or this person's kid was found drunk in the middle of the day and got arrested, or just things like that, just like that are important and pressing news for for nobility, but not necessarily like super particularly interesting. However, in your experience with dealing with nobility in your bar, participating in this conversation would elicit probably a good response, especially if you had something to gossip with them about. Because they love that shit.
I will gossip about Lord Growlhoun's mat and his drawings.
You're literally gonna out this man?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
also devil cultists, and
So-
I'm feeling a little catty.
So you kind
I
of
got
come in, you're like,
juicy.
oh, ha ha ha, yeah, Charlie, he's so silly. He just has to pay off his fine, and that, like, drunken disorderly will fall off his record. Did you hear about?
Did
And
you
they're like,
hear? And it's, well, and the thing is, and then, because where has Lady Growlhound been? I heard that she went off to Neverwinter.
did she leave him?
I think there's probably something. I mean, if you found out, what would you do?
Oh, I would leave my husband in a heartbeat.
I know, right? Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we all? Isn't that right, dear?
Sure.
See,
I'm gonna go wander around.
I'll let him go. And I'll be like, I think I've made the man uncomfortable.
He doesn't seem to be too interested in the stories you have to tell, dear. Let's get you a glass of champagne, shall we? And you can tell us all about it.
Sure, of course. Where did we? He had a few already, I think. Where did they get it from? Is it one of the local meaderies? Or
Oh,
wineries?
I haven't seen a bottle. I've just been drinking what they hand me. You know how it is.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, I'll not be drinking it.
She'll gesture to
Sir
a cater
Dice.
waiter who will bring you a flute of champagne.
Okay. And I'm gonna assume that it's like, if this is a poisoned thing, it's odorless, and it looks like a regular thing of champagne. Okay. Well, I've been trapped. I've deployed the boy, and now I'm trapped by societal
Yep.
convention. So, Sir is probably gonna be stuck for a hot minute.
Okay. Mico and Nova, what are we doing?
As I'm looking around, especially, Mico will tell Nova, since they've set up this mind link, if she'd probably have an easier time going to check the upstairs kitchen than
Okay.
he would,
Okay.
because he's a cat.
Yeah.
So he'll make his way towards the downstairs kitchen, and while doing that, he wants to see if anyone in the crowd is, like, carrying any hidden weapons, because,
Yeah?
just in case.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
You got it. It's my plus 21.
Okay. So there are actual placed guards that are here. The Castellanters have their specific guard that they have hired to work this party. So there are people positioned in corners and patrolling around, and there are people patrolling the grounds, Tallice, you would see while you were outside. You do, though, see a lot, probably at least a dozen people in your little wanderings as a kitty, of people who do appear to have concealed weapons.
Okay. I suppose I'll wait until one of the people with earrings tells me that, but I'll also mention it to Nova.
Okay.
Okay.
So Nova, you're attempting to go. So you're going upstairs. You see that ballroom. The kitchen sounds upstairs that you can see. The access door to that kitchen is within the ballroom. So it's on the northern wall of this ballroom to the western side, so the left side. There's a lot of people up here, a lot of people eating food, a lot of people doing things. What is it that you are doing?
I am going to, well, let me just double check something. Yeah. I'm assuming my detect magic won't be up for much longer, so I'm going to try and find an alcove to quickly try to discreetly cast detect poison and disease.
What are the somatic, or what are the components for that spell? Verbal, somatic?
All of them.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Tallice, roll me a perception check really quick, please.
That's 15. Stealth. 17.
Go ahead and just send it in the chat.
I'm going to use my proficiency bonus to make it a dirty 20.
Just so everyone's aware, timer's going off. Dirty 20. I will say that you are able, indeed, to cast this spell. You're pretty confident you were able to do it in a way that is
Cool.
discreet.
And I don't think she's gonna hesitate. I think she's just gonna like pretend she's a little bit lost and walk straight in and look for poison.
Okay, so does detect poison? Is it like detect magic just with poisons?
Yeah,
how does that spell work?
it's what's the radius here? 30-foot radius for 10 minutes.
So in a 30-foot radius, I would say you do not, within this room, sense any poisons.
In the kitchen?
No.
Okay. How big is the kitchen?
Kitchen is long, and it's kind of in the shape of a boot that's facing left, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So kind of like Italy. So the boot bottom part is about 20 feet wide, and then it kind of goes and narrows to about 10 feet wide. And it's long, about 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 feet long. And then there's a set of stairs that go down. But you go in immediately, and there's not a lot of interaction with you immediately at first, but there's a lot of yelling, like behind, hot behind, people communicating with each other about moving back and forth within this kitchen, and there's a stop when someone sees you wearing nice clothing. You don't belong here. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was just a little thirsty.
There are drinks all over the ballroom that you just came from.
Yeah, but I want to come
This
from the
is-
source.
No. Let's go out of the kitchen. We can't have any of the guests in here. There's a lot of movement, a lot of hot things.
Of course,
We
of
can't.
course.
You gotta go.
Fuck.
I will message Mico.
At least from where I saw in 30 feet of the kitchen up here, I couldn't find it. I was shooed out immediately. Any luck down there?
I'm making my way there.
So how are you attempting to get into the kitchen? Downstairs.
I'm a cat. They can't catch me. I'm just gonna wait for the door to open and then go inside.
I am looking for something here really quick. Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. So, roll me a perception check really quick. Mico.
15.
Okay. So as you're moving through the house, you kind of go through the foyer to get to the dining room, to get to the door where the kitchen is, and wait for somebody to open it and go through. As you're passing by, you do see that there is a very small and thin and intentionally hidden, probably not because it's like a secret door, but just like a unsightly, we don't want people to know it's here sort of hidden door underneath the stairs. Because the stairs kind of go up and then curve. So it's like an L-shaped staircase. And underneath the stairs, there is a door. Do you stop at that door, or do you continue to the kitchen?
I'm gonna stop at the door.
Okay.
I'm assuming that I would have to wait for that door to open too, right?
Unless you want to change into yourself, You would have to wait for that door to open. You don't see any foot traffic in and out of it, though. At least right now.
Yep. Then
So you're just gonna hang out and wait?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm just gonna find some place that's close but not suspicious and curl up.
Okay. Tallice, outside. What are we doing?
So my perception was a 7.
Keep it in mind.
Bramble is still following that lady. If I see any, like, children who look to be about the same age as, Terenzio and Elzarina, I am gonna go up to them and, what do I have to entice children to give me information? I'm gonna pull out a small knife.
That out of kids do like knives.
I'm gonna pull out a small knife and I'm going to say, well, hello there. Would anyone take a knife in exchange for some information?
So Bramble, watching the woman, she scales the building to the 3rd floor.
Holy shit.
Climbs into a window and begins to search around in an attempt to rob the Castellanters blind.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her. But I literally want Bramble, like, on her. Like, the whole time. Even if he has to leave. And I won't call him back unless I specifically need him, because this is making me very curious that there's a fucking cat burglar and she has a whole ass mask.
Sounds good. So there, like I said, this party is not catered to children. So you know what happens a lot at adult parties in which children are brought, where like the adults are like mingling around and the children are like running around and playing around them, and the adults are like pretending they're not there. That's kind of what's happening in this courtyard. So you are able, when you go out, to kind of stop one of the kids who's like running, and it's like a stop, and they have to like lurch to a stop, and they're looking at you, and they look at the knife, and they look at you. It's a little girl, probably 10 maybe at the most. Very like Shirley Temple-esque ringlet red curls. She's wearing like a little party dress with Mary Jane. She's got little gloves on, like white gloves to like cover her hands, but those are clearly dirty now, and Mom probably won't be happy about that later. And she stops and she looks at the knife and she goes, "A knife?"
Yes, you know, I'm looking for the birthday boy and the birthday girl, and if you happen to know where they are, I will trade you this knife.
Well, we're playing hide and seek, so you're gonna have to find them.
In this courtyard or in the whole house?
All over outside, yeah.
Well, I hate to inform you that I am the international hide-and-seek champion, and this won't be easy.
No. Well, I have to hide. You can't be here. If I'm hiding, then you see my spot, and then it's cheating. But you're not playing yet. You have to be a hider, not a seeker. There's already a seeker.
Well, then I suppose I'll hide. And I throw some glitter at her. Now I'll know where you go.
She's like, okay. Roll me a stealth check.
Girl, help!
Hey, okay. Is that a 1 or 7? That's a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Where are you hiding?
I'm jumping in a bush. That's my go-to.
Okay, so there's bushes kind of around the house that are like out of the way. There's bushes that are closer to the guest house. There are bushes that are closer to the carriage house. Where kind of in the yard would you like to hide?
Somewhere that has like the best view of the whole like property.
So probably closer to the guest house.
Yeah,
because the guest house you can kind of get into like a corner over there and have a view, like a 45 degree angle view of like the whole courtyard, basically.
Yeah, and I will hide in there.
The front door of the guest house opens and shuts very hard, and there is an individual who exits from that guest house while you are crouched in that bush, who appears to be on a mission to the main house. Wearing a suit, a nice, like Oxford-style shoes, a cloak that is billowing behind him, and coiffed dark hair.
Is it Victoro?
You don't know. You're hiding. You just see the back of him.
Fuck. Okay. Oh my god, bro, this is chaos.
He is cutting through the party. There are occasional individuals who stop this individual and like grab his arm, like the whole like loving, like, oh, it's so good to see you, grab of the forearm, and he starts to this really on a mission walk. He's had this like really like offensive stance, very straight backed and broad chested sort of stance. He was just like walking and on a mission, softens immediately.
Okay.
Turns to these people with a big smile, giving them hellos, shaking their hands, holding their shoulders, asking them how their kids are doing, asking them how grandma's doing, asking them about their personal lives. He knows a lot of information about these people's personal lives. You see his profile. He's got the kind of bigger, like, hooked nose, the cut glass cheekbones, the really strong jaw. This is indeed Victoro Castellanter.
Oh no. Okay, cool. I'm glad I saw that because I was gonna try to prestidigitate a fart smell behind him to make him turn around. Cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna get on my earring. I'm gonna get on the earring and say, yeah, Victoro's here. Victoro's here. He's in the yard. He just exited from the guest house and was making a beeline for like the house, right?
Yep.
He was making a beeline for the house.
He was just stopped by guests.
Great, that's terrible news. I was waiting for someone to talk on the earring because I couldn't talk back. I found a secret door underneath the kitchen downstairs.
Underneath the stairs. In the foyer.
Underneath the stairs.
I'm playing hide and seek right now to try to find the children, so I can't help you.
So, in response to that, actually, upon Victoro stopping and softening and actually beginning to interact with his guests, roll an insight check while I'm talking, Victoria.
Yeah.
His children see him, and there is a chorus of "Daddy!" and they run out from their hiding spots and run up to their father and glom onto him, giving him like just one on either side, like hugs, and he's just like he's kind of giving them back pats back. Your insight check with that 16. This is an act. All of this is an act. He is hiding. It's a blanket over pure irritation. And not necessarily for his children, but for a situation. You don't know what is going on that brought him here. You don't know if he's been here this whole time, but something is happening that needs his attention, and these people and his children are keeping it from him from it.
Oh my god, okay. In that case, I am going shiitake mushrooms. I am going to make myself I'm going to cast invisibility on... No, I'm not. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a moment that he potentially breaks away from the kids, because it seems like he would do that, and I'm kind of banking on that.
Okay. So he's got kind of one hand resting on Terenzio's shoulder, one hand resting on Elzarina's head, and they're chattering at him about their party, and he's like doing the "I'll talk to you later" to the person he was speaking with, and he starts to move, and the kids kind of come off of him, but as he starts to move and walk towards the house, the kids are walking in stride.
Crap. Okay. Can I... Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I, Oh, God.
Can I do something while you think?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. I need to excuse myself from the gal pal talk after hearing Mico's response.
So I will actually say that you do see Sephia in that foyer through the library doors, if you'd like to use her as an excuse.
Yes, I will put my drink down.
I was already going to say that, so.
Yes, I will put my drink down and say, "Excuse me, I just caught Sephia's eye. I do need to go ask her something. I will be back as soon as I am able, everybody."
Darling, please come back and bring more wine when you do.
Of course. I will send it your way in the meantime. And then as I am walking, I on the earring will go to Mico and I will say, is that door something that I can get to as a person with legs and open it for you?
I'm sure you can. I was just worried about people seeing, mostly.
I meant without being seen. Will it be weird?
How many people are currently around?
Most of the people in this area are up, like, through and up and down the stairs. So nobody's really staying in this area for very long. There are probably like maybe 3 people max who stand here for a little bit, and it's like if they're passing by, they talk a little bit and keep going. So in here, no more than like 5 maybe at a time, and it's usually not for more than 5 minutes. But then it's like another group and then another group eventually come.
Yeah, lots of foot traffic. I'm sure that you can manage to sneak in and out if you tried.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make a little round. I'm going to sort of swing by Sephia and kind of be like, I've heard that the master of the house has arrived.
So she's got her little clipboard and she's writing on it, and her eyes kind of widen a bit.
He's probably going to come for you.
He's not supposed to be here.
What do you mean he's not supposed to?
I'm supposed to be handling the party. He was never supposed to come.
Okay, well, we're gonna move double time because
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Well, someone did something.
There's a burglar on the 3rd floor. Not us. Someone else.
What? She starts to go up the stairs.
There you go. Yeah, you deal with that. You go, honey. I'm going to then finish my little hook around. I don't know if I have no idea where Frey's wandered off to. I'm sure you'll say in a bit, but the idea is, does that secret door have a visible knob, or does it require some sort of finagling?
It is a visible knob. It's basically a cellar door that is intended to just blend into the decor and not be very obvious it's a cellar door. So it's not necessarily like it's a door that's intended to be kept secret, and that it's like a trap is behind here, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But it's like secret in the sense that it's like a bookshelf door, or like that kind of thing.
Yeah. So
there's
if
kind of like a discreet like little like iron thing hanging,
Little
but it's
latch.
painted the color of the wall, basically.
Okay. So if there's I'll probably look for the cat waiting by it. And because you said like most people like are idling on the stairs for a little while and then going, what I will try to do to get Mico in there so we can look is I'm gonna idle on the stairs and I'm gonna use my mage hand to flip that latch and creak it open a bit so that the cat can go in.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
While you're rolling this, toss it in dice rolling for me. Frey, what are you doing?
I'm going to burn a luck point. No, wait, I have inspiration. I'll burn. Do I have inspiration? Okay.
You do.
I'll try inspiration first.
So, seeing how, as I exited this library, I noticed we're on the 2nd floor. So, if I see a way up to the 3rd, that's where I was going to head also.
So there is a set of stairs that goes up to the 3rd floor. Like I said, on that 2nd floor, there's the big ballroom, and then there's the stairs you came up, and then there's a hallway that goes between 2 sets of stairs that goes into that banquet hall room. And then there's another set of stairs on the other side of that hallway that goes up to the 3rd floor.
Does it look like people are going up there, or is
No.
it like more of a off limits kind
It's
of thing?
not blocked off,
Okay.
but there's a door at the top of the stairs that is closed, and no one is going up or down.
I'm just gonna walk over there and just go up those stairs, and
Are you attempting to be discreet
yeah,
about it, or are you just
discreet,
going?
but act like more like not necessarily try not to be seen, but act like I'm
Just like confidence, like you're
yeah,
meant to be there.
like I'm going
Okay.
like I'm going there for a reason. Someone told me
Okay.
to go up here, kind of thing,
Roll me a performance check then,
Oh.
because you are not trying to hide, you are trying to blend in.
Okay. 13.
Okay. So you head up the stairs. And I'm assuming it's just like a beeline. You're not even looking back, just up
Yeah,
the
no,
stairs.
just going
Okay.
straight up the stairs. Yeah,
So you up the stairs and open the door. You're on the 3rd floor.
I close it behind me.
Dylan, with that
Human name. 8 out of 3 rolls, yeah.
So you happen to open that door the moment a guard walks through that foyer. You timed it impeccably horribly. And he stops and he looks at you. What are you doing?
I was helping the little kitty, I'm sorry.
It looks like
You were helping a cat who was waiting at a door that you don't know the destination of.
Well, I figured if there was a cat in here that it was just trying to mouse.
He comes over and he
This
bends
is-
over.
This is
And
very
he
common all the way out west where I'm
picks
friends
up
with...
Mico cat.
No, not the Mico cat, I'm sorry! I didn't have any other reason to open a door that I wasn't standing in front of! Okay.
This cat does not belong to the house.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Shuts the door. Gestures for you to continue on.
I wasn't standing by the door. It would make sense to say I was opening it for me. Okay. Well, Mico will probably just get thrown out and then walk back
Mico
in.
is walked into the entrance hall to the front door, which leads out to the street,
No!
and tossed out. And the front door is shut behind you.
Well, I got Mico thrown out, but I'm sure he can get back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Frey.
can get back in.
So coming up the stairs, so you come up the stairs and it's another L-shaped stairway. It goes up and then turns to the right. And there are 2 doors, one on the left and the one on the right that you can go through.
Well, we always go left. So,
To the left?
yep, we always go left.
Okay. You open the door. And it looks like a playroom.
Oh.
It's very clean because this house isn't always used. In the other house that you guys had been in, their playroom was a disgusting mess where toys were everywhere and they were actively playing in it. But this playroom, there's not as many toys in this room, and there's just like shelves with some toys that are very neatly put away and packed into shelves. But it's a playroom. There is a door immediately to your left in this room as well.
Okay. So instead of going to that door right away, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go to the other door that's in this hallway and open that door, see what's in there.
Okay. You open that door, and it appears to be a sitting room. Much like there's kind of a sitting room outside of their master room back at the other house, there's like a sitting room here too. It's just a couple of like chase lounges, and there's like a bar, it's like a bar cart set up that doesn't have any alcohol in it, again, because this house isn't used that often. But there's a door that leads into another room in this room as well.
We're going to explore this room because I think it's going to be more entertaining than the playroom.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
At this point, I mean, I'm upstairs, so
Okay.
I'm just kind of like walking around.
So you can go into that room. It is essentially a master room. There's like a 4-poster bed. There doesn't appear to be anybody in this room.
Well, I'm going to just, go around, look to see if there's anything like weird.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Mainly looking for like incriminating stuff, like or things like that nature. 17.
So you
Or
don't
interesting
immediately see anything interesting that catches your eye, except in the corner. Back into the corner, back into the shadows, because there's no light on in this room, because this floor is not being used right now. You see the faint outline of a pointed mask.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
You supposed to be up here?
Yes. Are you?
Yes. Why are you wearing a mask? Didn't you hear that the ballroom or the party got changed from a masked party?
Why are you on the 3rd floor? Didn't you hear that the party's not being held on this floor?
I was looking for the restroom.
You're not supposed to be here. And neither am I.
You're
Stop lying. What are you doing up here? She steps out from the shadows, still wearing a mask.
Just looking around, just curious, snooping. What are you
Put on
doing
your
here?
mask to feel the same.
The same.
What were you snooping for?
She's a bag over her shoulder.
That's a lot of snooping you have.
Whose concern is it?
Not mine. I mean, if you want to rob them, go ahead. I don't care.
What's your name?
Yeah, do we really need to be on a name basis?
Well, considering I've seen you before, yes.
You've seen... Wait. I put on my mask. No, you haven't.
She like steps back. You!
You?
You travel with... You hang... Does the 3 of Cups mean anything to you?
I mean, it's a bar near my house.
No, I've seen you traveling with them. I've seen you walking around.
I'm sorry, who are you? You mind taking off your mask?
No!
It's only fair. You've
You
seen
didn't
my
tell me
face.
your name!
My name is Frey. What is your name?
I don't want to tell you.
That is just not fair. How about I go down to the guards and tell them that someone's burglarizing this house?
I could kill you first and that wouldn't be a problem.
I don't think you could.
I don't particularly want to. Your friends did a
Yeah.
favor for me.
Friends did a favor. See, I'm sorry again. If you're friends with my friends, why are we keeping?
I'm
this
not
secret?
friends with them, no.
Oh. Well,
They
then
just
who
did
are
a
you?
favor for me.
I'm so confused.
I'm gonna go out this window now.
No. I step in front of the window.
Yeah, no. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
I need to get back to the party.
I figured that, but it's... How are you going to blend in with a big bag of...
I
Snoopy?
have a place I'm hiding them. I have a dress I have to go put back on.
Okay.
I am a guest. This really shouldn't be that confusing for you, love. I am a guest at this party,
Yeah, so am I.
and I changed to rob the house blind. I'm going to go back to the party and to my parents like nothing has happened.
Who are your parents?
Again, I'm not telling you.
You know,
That is
I think...
identifying information, and I'm not entirely convinced you're not going to head to the watch immediately after this conversation.
I actually really don't care that you're stealing from these people. These people are really terrible people. So you can steal all you want. I, again, don't care. I just would like to know who you are.
The Black Viper.
Don't know what that means.
That's all you need to know.
The Black Viper. Sure. Code names. Gotcha.
You can't see her, but she's rolling her eyes.
I guess you
How do I know I can trust you?
I don't know. You've seen my face?
This doesn't strike confidence.
I mean, you could technically turn me in too. How can I trust you?
Turn you in for what? Wandering a house?
Yeah?
That's not a fire. That's not not fireable. That's not an offense that's gonna get you arrested.
True. No, I don't know. I can keep secrets very well.
I don't know you.
Then I guess you can't trust me. I don't
So
know. what
then
to
let
tell
me
you.
leave.
I said you would go.
Then move out of the way of the window.
I stepped away.
She opens it.
I'm gonna try and grab the bag.
Like a sneaky kind of way. It's like an over-the-shoulder bag.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try like grab the strap that the bag has.
She
Just to, like,
stops.
I'm gonna
Looks
try and
over
look
her
through it.
shoulder.
I'm just curious what you at.
There's a lot of jewelry and
Oh.
different like silver, like chalices, things like that.
Man, if you're gonna steal stuff, at least try and make it interesting.
That's all they had. It's the guest. It's like it's not even the main home. I was supposed to do this when this party was going to be at the actual house. This would have been a lot more lucrative.
I mean, you could have gone there. Everybody's here.
No, I couldn't if I had to be here with my parents.
Okay. Well, bye.
Bye. She goes out the window. You feel a little tap, tap, tap on your cheek.
What?
It's me, Bramble.
Oh. Hello.
I'm gonna follow her now, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You know who she was?
No, but I can find out.
Thank you. Please do that. Okay.
Little tiny cheek pat from Bramble.
Okay. I'm just gonna again just keep looking around this room.
Am I going crazy? I feel like I've heard of this before.
You have. You
Okay,
have.
okay, so I'm not insane. I'm like
No, you heard a rumor about her at a bar.
Okay.
Crazy good
And
memory.
this is actually not the first time you've run into her though.
Yeah, I feel like I should be connecting dots, but
You've known her as her normal without her mask face. So you know her, you just don't know her, obviously.
I feel
It's
like
our
we've-
guild representative. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Door opens, Frey. What were you gonna say? Go ahead. Liara comes in. Well, Sephia comes in.
Oh no.
I haven't seen Sephia, right? So I don't know
No.
who this is.
No, you were in the home and they were introducing themselves to her.
Oh no, she's gonna think that
I
you're
did
the-
take
What are you
I did take
doing?
my mask off when after the person left. I did take
Okay.
my mask back off.
You're the burglar?
What? No, I'm not a
I was
burglar.
told
What?
there was somebody burgling the house up here, and it's only you. So what are you doing?
I'm looking for the restroom. I don't know. I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to be up here?
You don't know who I am, do you?
No. Do not look familiar.
Do you remember your friend Olivia?
Yes. Oh, hi.
Get your ass downstairs now.
There was a burglar up here, though.
Oh my god, where did she go? Where did they
Huh?
go?
I don't know. Or, I mean, okay. Let's be honest. She went out the window, but I don't know where from there.
Okay, I don't have time for this right now. Victoria Castellante is here at the house.
I didn't think he was in the city.
He wasn't, so it's a problem. And
Where's the-
what?
Hey. Where's the poison? You should know that, right?
I do know. It's in the cellar.
Thank you. Did you tell them that?
No, I couldn't.
Okay,
was
I will go
moving
relay
apart.
that. I will
Thank
go
you.
relay that information.
Just get out of here, though, because you're not supposed to be up here. And if he sees you here, if he's here, there's a reason, and
Right,
he's probably mad about something. And if he has something to be mad at, he's gonna find a way to channel his rage. And he's not a very nice person to be around.
I figured.
God,
that.
I hate talking in this accent. Just go downstairs.
I'm head downstairs. I'll head downstairs.
Hand on your back, pushing you along.
Okay, there's no reason to get handsy, but I'm gonna go look for
Nova-
Sir's disguised self.
Okay.
Nova went downstairs to hope to find the poison in the bottom kitchen because she doesn't know.
Oh yeah.
So- Nova, you probably run into Sir as Stephanie, and I think Tallice, what were you doing? You were gonna say something a minute ago, Vic.
I mean, I know what I'm gonna do because I was watching the kids, like, as they were clinging to their dad, but if we wanted to do Nova's thing first, we can.
No, you're okay. You were
No,
talking
go
to
ahead.
me.
Okay, so while I'm in this bush, I am going to disguise self again and change it. I'm gonna do the thing where I can make my disguise like a foot shorter than myself because I'm already not like super tall, and I'm going to make myself like a kid. Like I'm gonna disguise.
When you're 4 feet tall, you're like the size of a 4th grader, so easy enough.
Yeah, so I'm gonna disguise myself as like a noble child who's like maybe like 10 years old, like a girl with a bowl cut. I don't know. I had a bowl cut when I was that age.
So did I!
And I got like noble clothes on, and then I'm gonna run out of the bush towards the twins, and I'm going to pretend to be a child and say, I found you! You weren't hiding very good! Ulysses!
They turn to you and they look back up at Dad, who they're still walking with, and he looks down at them and he says, "Go play. It's your birthday party. Go." And there's a hesitation, but they turn and they run towards you. And he goes inside.
Do you guys want to see a knife that I found in the bushes?
Yeah!
Come on! And I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna take them over to I'm gonna like run ahead of them and jump into the bush.
You probably see the black viper coming out the window and down the house.
I see that happening, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't deal with this shit.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
To be fair, we didn't know there was gonna be a burglar.
Bramble's got this. Bramble's literally more competent than anybody in this party. I trust him completely. So I'm gonna jump into the bush, and I'm gonna, like, wait for the kids to come with me, and I'm gonna take out my little small knife. Hey, look at this, I found this knife. And it's got, like, it's probably, you know how some of them have that, like, mother of pearl, like, kind of, like, shiny handle? It's, like, one of those, because it's, like, a letter opener, I think.
Okay.
Look at this.
Trenzio will reach to take it from you if you'll let him.
There you go.
And he kind of, like, holds it out like a little baby sword.
You want to see something else?
Yeah.
I end disguise self and become myself.
You came!
I did. And you know what? Do you miss your mum?
Yeah.
Do you want to see her?
Yeah.
Right now?
Is she here? My dad's here. Is my mum here?
Well, so your mum is kind of putting together a little surprise, and we'd have to go... Do you remember when you came to visit, and you were at my restaurant, and we were playing with the worms in the yard? So your mum is waiting for you there. She wanted to give you birthday cake, and she wanted to kind of just, like, visit with you really quick.
But the party, we're here. You can't leave. If we leave, then Miss Ross is gonna get upset with me. Stop it.
Miss Ross, you mean Sepia?
No, their nanny.
Oh,
so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I feel like I've heard her name, but
Liba Ross is her name.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well, okay, all right. So, something not good is going to happen at this party, and I need to get you out so that you don't get hurt by it.
What do you mean?
I think people are going to get hurt, and my friends are trying to stop it, but my job is to help make sure that you don't get hurt by it too.
But I need to get my dad then.
Your dad is very powerful and also knows what's going on, and is working very hard.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh god! Okay. It's okay, guys, I can charm them if this doesn't work.
Can I give you my bardic inspiration?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll give you that. We need this.
Does anybody have an advantage or a player inspiration?
No.
So that's a natural 1. So it doesn't matter, I'm not even gonna bother taking the bardic inspiration.
Well, Miss Ross, our Nana told us that we had to stay here at the party. That my dad's here. But if something bad's gonna happen, I don't want to leave my dad.
Right, and I understand that, but the way that you can help is by getting to your mum, who's waiting for you. Because if she's worrying about you, she can't help too. And if she's going to help your whole family, she needs to make sure that both of you are safe. And that's what she told me to come do, to make sure that you both were safe.
So Terenzio, who is the meeker of the twins. He's usually a bit more passive, a bit more quiet, reserved. Seems to be warming up to what you're saying. Elzarina.
Yeah, no, she's not into it.
No, I need to go ask my dad. I need to go ask my dad. And she gets up and she starts to crawl out of the bush.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on both of them. Because I automatically cast that. I cast at third. Well, so I cast at third level, and it only says when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Mm-hmm.
So
does third level allow you to cast on more than one person?
Technically, I could cast it on 3 people, but
Okay.
just the 2 of them. My DC is 15.
So
Wisdom.
Terenzio rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Elzarina rolled a 19.
Dang.
Elzarina.
Oh man.
She has a +0. I just rolled a straight 19.
Elzarina.
This is not good.
So Terenzio stays with you, but Elzarina continues to move out of the bush and does the awkward little child stand up and just runs off.
Fuck. Terenzio, you're much more level-headed than your sister is. Let's get you out of here. I'm gonna have my friends get her.
Okay. Will my dad be okay?
Your dad will be perfectly fine. He's very smart.
Okay.
And a little bit scary.
He'll take your hand.
Yep, I'm gonna take his hand, and I'm gonna disguise self as the nanny! Oh my god, I disguise self as the nanny, and I'm walking this kid the fuck out of this party. And I'm gonna hop on my earring and just say, so I've got Terenzio, but Elzarina is not convinced. She knows that there's something bad happening and is going to check on her dad.
So, speaking of, as you guys are getting this message, there's this moment, you guys have reached a moment where Frey, Nova, and Sir are all meeting basically in that foyer. Really quick though, Mico, how are you getting back in? Are you going through like the fence to get back into the courtyard and trying to like sneak back inside? What's the deal here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the fence and sneak back in.
Okay. So there's actually probably a moment then where the 4 of you are meeting in the foyer, because that's not going to be hard for you to do with the amount of people that are bringing food in and out of this party.
Yeah.
So it's like a moment where all 4 of you kind of congregate, and Sephia had been pushing Frey down the stairs to get to the bottom because she was like, get the fuck out of the upstairs. This is the moment that Victorio Castellanter walks into the house. And he goes through the mudroom. He doesn't pay any attention. He walks over that evening gown that the Black Viper had left behind, moves into the entry hall, and he's kind of looking around. He sees Sephia, his eyes narrow, and he starts to walk towards the foyer. Go ahead.
I want to try and like avert my face, so hopefully he doesn't see me.
Okay.
Because he knows he's seen me, right?
Yes, he has seen
Yeah,
you.
so I definitely don't want him to like try not to see my face.
So he goes and he walks. As he starts to walk, like it's like a very angry, like with purpose walk. Realizes there's party guests around. Softens it a little bit. Gives a couple of hellos and highs and smiles to the people around him. Slowly walks into that foyer where the 4 of you and Liara are standing. He looks Liara, directly in the eyes, and he says, I don't know what's going on. And then he looks at Nova, and he looks at Sir, and he looks at the cat on the ground. Oh, who these people are. but we're about to find out. Don't make a scene and walk upstairs now. And we'll end there.
That's probably literally right after he says that is when you get the Elzarina's coming after her dad message.
Yeah. You're muted, baby.
You're muted.
I'm taking one of the. We got 50% of the kids. Good job, team.
Listen, I rolled an out one. It could not have.
I
been
rolled
anything.
literally like a 4. So they were all yelling at me like use physical dice. My physical dice then rolled a 7, a nat 1, and a nat 1.
Yeah, because you didn't
Then-
prime them. That was the priming, and then they
Yeah,
rolled like
and then-
double digits.
Every time. So stop
Priming.
making excuses. Anyway, in terms of heists, 2 out of 3 is pretty good because this
Yeah.
is definitely not going on the list of best moments.
It's okay, guys. I can still get to you. I can still
I mean,
get to
it's
you.
literally if we needed to, when they take the big thing of poison out of the cellar, then we just cast it and then disable the poison and then run.
Oh my god.
The kids are the main thing. We got 50%.
I mean, he's gonna try to take us upstairs to McMurder us.
Well, chat gave Frey 5 gold, and
I saw.
Kristy has a bardic inspiration and a proficiency bonus.
Whoa.
No, I used my proficiency bonus, but yes.
Oh, then
And
Kristy still has bardic inspiration. Yay.
You gotta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you are attempting to open a door for a little kitty cat without anybody seeing, make sure you get your proficiency bonus.
Oh,
He's not proficient in it.
Oh,
Love you,
baby.
bye.
We will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Love you, bye.